In this video, we're going to take a look at and review absolute value equations. So on this, remember, you need to be able to write the equation, draw the graph, and write a description of the transformations, no matter what I give you. So here, to practice first, I'm giving you the equation and asking you to draw the graph. So I'll go ahead and do one of these, then you can pause the video and try the others. So I'll do the first one here. So first you got to find the vertex. Where's the point of your V? So first this has been moved to the right 3 units and up 5 units. So I'm going to put a vertex to the right 3 units and up 5 units. So there is my vertex. Let me give us a little bit darker color here. There we go. Now, we have to do our slope from that point. Now mine has an invisible 1 over 1 in the front, so I'm going to go up 1 over 1. So up 1 over 1, that's where my next dot is, up 1 over 1. That's the first part of my V, and it mirrors on the other side. So when I go backwards, I go over 1, up 1 as well, over 1, up 1. Make sure it makes a V. It should be the same on the left as it is on the right. So sometimes you have to put that 1 over 1 to see the slope. If it's just a number, you have to put a 1 on the bottom. And if it's a fraction, you have both the rise and the run already. Don't forget that negatives mean you go down. And another thing, if you have a plus on the inside, that means you are going to the left for your vertex. And a minus means you go to the right for the vertex. That one is backwards. So pause the video, see if you can graph the other 3, and then we'll move on. All right, moving on here. Next, if I give you the graph, you need to be able to write the equation. So this one's going to be called g of x. So g of x is equal to, so first you want to put in the vertex. So this vertex has been moved to the right 6, and then down it looks like 4 units. So we'll put my absolute value marks here. So to move it to the right 6, you have x minus 6 on the inside. And then to move it down 4, minus 4 on the outside. Now the slope. What is our slope here? So what we have to do is count the rise over the run, but we have to first start our vertex and then find somewhere where it crosses the graph lines. Looks like right about there. So now we have to count the run and the rise from there. So it looks like it's over 1 and then up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have a run of 1 and a rise of 5. So 5 over 1. Now we'll just simplify that. We don't usually put the 1 on the bottom in our final answer because you don't need it. 5 divided by 1 is just 5. Absolute value of x minus 6 minus 4. So there is our final equation. If you type that into GeoGebra, you will get the red V. All right, next slide here, I want you to try that as well. So pause the video, see if you can write the equation of g of x over here on this side. All right, moving on. You should also be able to describe the transformations. So here's the parent function, the dashed lines. How do you move that parent function over to g of x? You should be able to describe that in words. So let's do that here. Let me get a good color here. Let's try that. So what has happened first? So first, g of x has been, so I notice that g of x has been moved 4 to the left and up 2. So we say the vocabulary word is translated. It has been translated 4 units to the left and 2 units up. Okay, next, g of x has also been, I notice that this function is upside down. So this v is going down. The way we say that has been reflected over the x-axis. All right, one more thing. As you can see, it's a different angle. It's been vertically stretched or shrunk. And so we say g of x has also been vertically, you can always say stretch if you want to, but I'm going to say shrunk because it got smaller vertically by a factor of, and here's where we have to count the slope. So this has been over 1, 2, 3, down 1 by a factor of 1 over 3. The rise is 1 and the run is 3. You don't have to say negative because we said that in the reflection part. That gave us the negative. I can make that a little nicer, I suppose. But that's the type of sentence, those are the type of sentences that you want to be able to write. So first I said it was translated 4 to the left and up 2. It has been reflected over the x-axis, and it has been vertically shrunk, pancaked, if you will, by a factor of, and then your slope. So this slope is 1 over 3. So next, I'll give you one to try here. See if you can describe g of x using the vocabulary words translation, reflection, and vertical stretch or shrink. All right, that is it. If you can do those 3 things or so, then you are good on absolute value.